Welcome guys, we are playing Medieval Kingdoms 1212 AD, the free mod for Total War Attila. This is a 1 versus 1 land battle. Myself, Knight, I am taking on Penguin, who is controlling the Kingdom of Bohemia. I am here controlling the Duchy of Lesser Poland. This is a high era land battle, so only high and early units are allowed. No late era units are allowed, or no 15th century units are allowed. So the latest armor on the field is 14th century armor. We do have my army here. We'll take a quick look as the armies get closer. This is the King's Bodyguard here. Actually, let's try to look at them a different way. And this is the high era King's Guard. We do have some Polish Knights here, 2 units of those. We can also have a quick look over here. And then we have the Great Banner of Krakow as the other cav unit there, so that's the maximum of 3 cav plus the general. I also have some sergeants here. I have Pavy spears, all wearing 14th century armor, and then heavy axemen wearing 14th century armor, as well as some archer sergeants here at the front. On the side of the Lithuanians, they do, or excuse me, the side of the Bohemians, they have 1, 2, 3 units of the Bohemian Knights. So let's take a quick look at those. These are the Bohemian Knights. And we do have the King of Bohemia. Oh, never mind. This might be the Queen of Bohemia, or the King. Actually, no, that is the King. That's got to be the King right there. And let's try to take a closer look. Yes, that does look like it would be the King. So he is the general here. And one more attempt at getting a little closer to him, maybe in cinematic mode. And we can see him right here with the sword and that little thin golden crown across the helm. So that is the King of Bohemia right there with high era armor. And now let's take a look at the rest of his army. So he does have some 14th century archers there, medium bow infantry, and 1 unit of crossbows wearing 14th century armor. They do have heavy spears, a heavy melee infantry, and some more heavy spears, and more heavy melee in the second row. So he's got 1 sword unit here in his spear wall. He also brings 2 medium polearms, just like I do, and then instead of 2 shock infantry, he brought 3 of these warhounds. So these guys have a double-handed axe they can charge with, but they also have, and they have a nice little charge bonus, they also have the warhounds, which they can release. So those are the army compositions, guys. We are getting close enough now to start this one-on-one battle. And we might have enough time to actually look at some of these Polish units. So this is one of the melee sergeants, the medium melee infantry here. And we can see them there. And some of the Pavy spears of Poland as well. And we can see them here. Very nice looking unit with the Polish banner there. And here we go, guys. So this is my 3rd ever one-on-one battle. And it is a land battle, just like the other 2 were. And going for win number 3 here. So we'll see what happens. But I think we can speed this part up just a touch. And here we go, guys. Back to real time. and we'll see if the action starts. And it does look like we're firing away. And here we go again, guys. More arrows firing away. And we are taking out some of these archers over there. Oh, and we do see some bowmen drop here. Oh, there's another one going down right there. So it looks like my archers, which are only the medium bow infantry wearing 13th century armor, very light armor, are actually slowly starting to win. I think it's this crossbow doesn't have the range, and he's got to kind of sneak into range every time to do it. But now a little bit of movement on the flanks. I see some nice movement there. The warhounds are moving up, so I am sliding out the king to the side here. And we can actually see this missile war kind of developing here, guys. Lots of bowmen going down in front of this unit. And this is how it looks like from the actual front row of these archers here. Very nice, and that is doing a lot of damage here. 63 left out of 98. And he's had to pull, it looks like one unit he just pulled back after it loosed maybe 3 or 4 rounds. He just pulled them back in reserve. And now these other 2 units are just getting shelled. I am losing some men here though. 25 losses there. And just the missile war continuing, guys. And that's doing a lot of damage as this one unit is broken. The crossbow's starting to take some losses as well. So far so good here, guys. I have pulled back my 1 wounded unit, and now it's firing from out of crossbow range. 43 men still have a few arrows left in them. Crossbow's just being pulled out. And these units, I think, are gonna, this unit will completely break, I think. 26 men left, and it's wavering. And that's the first unit off the field here, guys. And now it looks like these knights are trying to go for a little charge. Bohemian Knights. But they do see that I have pulled these archers back. And they're actually getting hit by this one little unit that's firing away. This archer unit gets sent back in to fire away, and probably won't last too long against 3.5 archer units. And that's another unit off the field. Looks like we've gotten 2 of these units off the field now.
Enemy units have rallied and returned to the battle!
And that's it, guys. This unit out of ammo. I mean, shattered and running off the field. Only 4 kills for them. 3 kills for that first unit. Those are not good numbers. He does have 48 kills on the crossbow, though. Those are very good numbers. And the Bohemians moving up units here. Here we see, guys, the Bohemians getting into battle formation here, pushing up their infantry to match my own. Now we see the infantry starting to move here from my side, and the cavalry as well, circling on the other side. The infantry, meanwhile, have already clashed, and there we see the clash between the Polish and the Bohemian spears. But over here now, we see the cavalry getting more and more closer to engaging. These knights are trying to maybe go for a flanking charge on some infantry. And I am sending a unit of knights at them, but the warhounds have been released, guys, and my knights see that, and this unit is pretty much lost, so they are going to try to pull out. And these warhounds are going to run into some shock infantry and maybe catch a horse or two, unfortunately. They will. That is unfortunate. Swords are going to reinforce this position here. And we've lost one of the Polish knights so far. And the cavalry over here going bonkers. The Bohemian Knights of the rear charge.
They're trying to take out our general.
But this cavalry now with the charge here on the Polish side. ramming into some Bohemian Knights and getting hit from the side. More Bohemian Knights are crashing into the Polish Knights respond. The King of Bohemia crashing into those Polish Knights. And now this is the King's Bodyguard of Poland are going for the flanking charge, and they do get a hit on the Bohemian King. So a giant cav brawl here, but I do have them outnumbered 4-3. My polearms are holding things up here, and I'm sending more units through. On this side though, his knights, they took 22 casualties, but they have 98 kills over here. More warhounds are being released. It looks like we've broken those initial knights off that initial charge with the Great Banner of Krakow. And the numbers game is working for my army here, the Polish army. Shock infantry going to reinforce the center, which is broken. King's Bodyguard pulling out here. And these heavy axemen look like they're going to charge into the rear here. And here they go, the heavy axemen with the charge into the back of the Bohemians. And some nice knockdowns on that charge here. And the King of Poland one more time going in for that charge against the outnumbered Bohemians. And there's some Bohemian infantry here too now. And there we see the King. I think he just scored a kill. So they broke some, the Warhounds were in this mess too, and they broke them very quickly. Now the Bohemian infantry here, Penguins, cavalry rather, going for some charges. And just a gorgeous charge there by Penguins cavalry here. That's going to be a hammer on anvil here on my Pavie spears and break them. I'm really trying to fight this king and get him. He's now completely surrounded. But my line is breaking here, as we can see in the middle. It is breaking. And these cavalry here are just not doing me any favors with these big charges. Just cutting down my infantry here. Oh, look at that. So my right wing and center are collapsing, but the left wing is holding well and has surrounded the Bohemian King. Let's take a look at cinematic view, guys. The Bohemian King takes on the Polish Knights, including the Polish King.
The general has fallen.
And the general is dead. He is on the ground and dead. And there we go. That does it for this unit. Now this has freed up these units of cav guys. I've taken casualties here, but
Back to the fight.
my infantry is on its last legs, and this unit of knights with 286 kills, 288 now, just being free to wreak havoc on my infantry, but now the cavalry war has been won here. We have our unit of Polish Knights here. They have 91 kills and are gunning for more. Oh, gorgeous charge there into those crossbows. And now charging into infantry here. These Bohemian Knights going for one last charge. They're going to be met by the Great Banner of Krakow head on. And those are some nice kills by the Polish Knights here. The banner taking a few casualties, but for the most part, wiping out another unit of these Bohemian Knights. And now we are surrounding them. We're really doing kind of just a chain rout here with the general dead. And that looks like that's it. The Polish will win. And yes, we have a Pyrrhic victory. For Poland, you're victorious, but at what cost? That was a very close battle, guys, with the way my center, and right wing kind of went down. It looked like maybe I was not going to pull this one off, but I did get the win. Hats off to Penguin. He played a fantastic game and always a good sport. We'll see if we have any stats here. And yes, we do get some stats. So we have the Polish King, 104 kills, did take some casualties. The Shock Infantry, not the best numbers. This unit's still alive with 83. This unit wiped out with 79. And then the Spearmen, just very poor numbers on my spears. The Polearms, I was happy with this unit, but this one, not so much. And then the infantry here, 83 kills on this unit, and they did have a few survivors. I think they were still alive at the end of the battle, but these two wiped out. I was happy with my archers. They did very well against slightly more advanced archers, so that was good. And the Cav, these are, I was very happy with them. These are not phenomenal numbers, especially not when you win. But they are mostly Cav kills. A lot of these are cavalry kills, so that's very impressive. Like the Great Banner here did lose maybe 10 men, but they killed 44, and pretty much all of these were Bohemian Knights. So that's very, very good, very impressive. And this one with 151, I'm sure ran over a bit of infantry, Polish Knights, but this is a phenomenal outcome for a unit that only lost maybe 1 or 2 men, and 126 here. So I was very happy with the Cav, with the General. The infantry, not so much, except maybe this sword unit and this axe unit over here. Kingdom of Bohemia. So the king, only 4 kills, and then he was killed, and that led to some problems with morale in the army. The axemen did very well. They definitely beat my axes and his swords too. 81, 89, and we have 251 by this sword unit. That is beastly. It looks like they earned 2 chevrons. That's great. And then the polearms also doing very well. This unit's still alive at the end with 41 kills. They just kind of broke along with the chain route with everyone else. And this unit with 128, his bowmen let him down. He does have 1 unit mostly alive at the end. These units, as you can see, not very good numbers. Crossbows did a lot better, but also wiped out. And then his cavalry, that 1 unit that was running just running rampant in my on my right flank, 329 kills. So hats off for scoring the most cav kills with a unit in this game. This unit somehow with 0 kills, and this unit with 54 kills. So fighting Polish Knights, that's still pretty impressive numbers. The Warhounds, some of them did phenomenal, like 172 kills here and still a few men left. Some of them, 16 and 48, a bit less. So overall, excellent battle, I think, from both sides. We both had a lot of losses. We both deployed a very similar number of men, and I think the fact is that the forces I had remaining were cavalry, so they're very small units. His units, this has like 110 or 120 men in this unit, so he had more kind of infantry, but once the king went down, they broke and ran, as was so often the case in medieval history. And then the cavalry, proving again that they do rule the field here in 1212 in an open land battle. All right, guys, so I hope you enjoyed that. Again, hats off to Penguin for a great game, really pushed me to the limit there. And we'll see you next time with more medieval battles here with Midnight Games Online.